The Founding Fathers, American Revolution, our Constitution, our history, America. Thanks so much for tuning in as we discuss the people, places, events, and battles that turned 13 separate colonies into the greatest nation on earth, the United States.
Welcome back, Patriots. I am your host, Ron Kern, and I'm so glad that you're here. I want to thank you for allowing me to share my passion for the Revolution and our country's history with you. In previous episodes, I've discussed the video series that I started about 3 months ago called the Patriot Power Freedom Files, which is on TikTok, YouTube, and Instagram. These videos are short but packed full of historical information on a person, place, battle, or anything else related to the American Revolution. It's really growing fast on TikTok, not so much on YouTube, and after receiving an email from a faithful listener, she had a really good idea that today I'm going to implement. Kara from Ireland wrote, "Ron, I love your podcast. Keep up the great work. I also really like the video series too, as I can see your enthusiasm, love, and passion when you speak. However, I have a question or a suggestion. Can you make the Freedom Files audio only and share them within your podcast? I'm on the go, and it's much easier for me to have everything within your podcast and in one place. I know that this might not be possible and is extra work for you, but I thought the topics that you discuss in the Freedom Files really should be heard by more people, and if it's in your podcast, I think that might do the trick." Hey, Kara, thanks so much for your email, and I think it's also a good idea. I hope my listeners agree, as I'm going to start posting the audio from the Freedom Files as short episodes right here within the Patriot Power Podcast. So, today, you're going to hear the very first episode of the Freedom Files, but if you still want to watch the video, I have all of them indexed on our website, patriotpowerpodcast.com. Once there, you just click Freedom Files, and they are all organized in order and available to you. I will likely post one Freedom Files per week, so, if nothing else, you'll have new episodes and more information to listen to more frequently. I've currently completed 11 video series of the Patriot Power Freedom Files. I'd love your feedback on this, and I'll add a poll question should you be listening on Spotify, which I believe most of my listeners are. With that, here is episode 1 of the Patriot Power Freedom Files. Hey everyone, this is Ron with the first episode of the Patriot Power Freedom Files, and today I'm going to be talking about a guy that you may or may not have heard about. But if you have, you may not know some of the things that I'm going to cover. And that person's name is John Jay. So John Jay was born in New York in 1745, and he was, in fact, one of the framers of the Constitution. He also wrote and was author of 5 of the Federalist Papers and the first Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. John Jay was a busy man and a man of great achievement. He was also a signer of the Treaty of Paris, which officially ended the American Revolution. And he was the second governor of New York. And he also wrote the state constitution for New York because why not? He was a writing maniac. While they were working on the Treaty of Paris, he worked closely with John Adams, and he and John Adams became pretty darn good friends because they spent so much time together. In 1799, he was a governor of the state of New York, and I think he did something pretty important. He signed into law an act that would gradually get rid of or abolish slavery. And he said in this law that in 1799, any person born after July 4th of that year, if they were born into slave parents, that they in fact would be free and that all slave exports would be prohibited. John Jay died on May 17th in 1829 at the age of 83, I believe. And his last words were, "The Lord is good, and the Lord is better than we deserve." So that's it for our first episode of the Patriot Power Freedom Files, and I hope that you learned something new, and I hope that you learned what an amazing man he was that not only helped shape our country, but really impacted our future. Thanks for watching, and be on the lookout for episode number 2, and have a great rest of your day. I'd appreciate if you would consider doing a review of my podcast, as it takes less than a minute. And why do I want more? Because the more reviews it receives, the easier it is for others to find it, learn from, and experience the American Revolution. If you want to help even further, you can become a monthly supporter or make a one-time donation. You can do this by clicking Support Podcast at the top of my website.
Thanks for listening, and hope that you tune in next time with us here at the Patriot Power Podcast. Make sure that you hit subscribe so you'll get notified when our new episodes are available for you. And we hope that you check out our websites, which include our show notes, links, documents, and more at patriotpowerpodcast.com or ilovegeorgewashington.com. Until next time, hope that you and your family have a blessed week. And remember, be safe and tell a veteran thanks for their service.